The Menu 2022 film. The Menu is a 2022 American black comedy horror film directed by Mark Mylod, written by Seth Rice and Will Tracy, based on an original story created by Tracy, and produced by Adam McKay, Betsy Cope, and Will Ferrell. It features an ensemble cast that includes Ralph Fiennes as a celebrity chef, with Hong Shou playing his assistant, and Anya Taylor-Joy, Nicholas Hoult, Janet McTeer, Reed Birney, Judith Light, and John Leguizamo playing diners who attend his exclusive restaurant. American black comedy horror film Menu had its world premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival on September 10, 2022, and was released in the United States on November 18, 2022, by Searchlight Pictures. The film grossed over $78 million worldwide on a budget of $30 million and received positive reviews from critics. Plot: foodie Tyler Ledford and his date, Margot Mills, travel by boat to Hawthorne, an exclusive restaurant owned and operated by celebrity chef Julian Slowik, located on a private island. The other guests attending the dinner are Lillian Bloom, a food critic, her editor Ted, wealthy regulars Richard and Emily Brandt, washed-up movie star George and his personal assistant Felicity, business partners Soren, Dave, and Bryce, and Slowik's alcoholic mother. The group is given a tour of the island by the restaurant maitre Elsa, who notes that Margot was not Tyler's designated guest for the evening. Dinner begins, and Chef Slowik introduces a series of courses, delivering increasingly unsettling monologues about each dish. For the third course, uncomfortable truths about each guest, ranging from affairs to embezzlement, are exposed via laser-printed images on tortillas. For the fourth course, a sous chef kills himself in front of the guests, causing a panic, but the staff made it clear no one may leave by cutting off one of Richard's fingers. Hawthorne's angel investor, to whom Slowik had to relinquish ownership of the restaurant to stay afloat during the COVID-19 pandemic, is then drowned. For the fifth course, which begins with Slowik allowing himself to be stabbed by a female employee whom he sexually harassed, the female guests dine while the male guests are given the chance to escape the island, but Slowik's staff catch all of the men and present them with another dish. Slowik explains each guest was invited because they either contributed to him losing his passion for his craft, or because they make a living off exploiting the work of artisans and workers like him and his team. He announces that everyone present will be dead by the end of the night. Since Margot's presence was unplanned, Slowik privately gives her the choice of dying either with the staff or the guests, but he refuses to let her leave. Margot is unmasked as an escort, who has served Richard Brandt, and whose real name is Aaron. Slowik reveals that Tyler was invited to the dinner months in advance and informed the guests would be killed. Despite this, Tyler was so zealous in his desire to participate in Slowik's craft that he kept the secret and hired Margot to replace his ex-girlfriend for the evening because Hawthorne did not offer seating for parties of one. Slowik humiliates Tyler by forcing him to cook and insulting his food, then orders Tyler to hang himself. Margot discovers his body. Slowik asks Margot to collect a barrel needed for dessert. En route, Margot sneaks into Slowik's house, only to be attacked by a jealous Elsa. Margot kills Elsa in self-defense by stabbing her in the neck. After seeing a framed Employee of the Month award showing Slowik as a young and happy cook at a Greasy Spoon diner, Margot finds a radio, calls for help, and returns to the restaurant with the barrel. A Coast Guard officer arrives from his boat, but after the guests are convinced they have been saved, he reveals himself to be a line cook in disguise and returns to the kitchen as dessert is being prepared. Margot mocks Slowik's dishes and loveless cooking, and complains that she is still hungry. When Slowik asks what she would like to eat, Margot requests a cheeseburger and fries. Moved by her humble request, Slowik does so, finding joy in creating the dish, and after she requests to take it to go, he and the staff allow her to leave. Margot takes the Coast Guard boat dock nearby and escapes the island. The dessert is an elevated s'mores dish. The staff cover the floor with crushed graham crackers and adorn the guests with stoles made of marshmallows and hats made of chocolate. Slowik then sets the restaurant ablaze, detonating the barrel and killing the guests, staff, and himself. As Margot watches from the boat, she unpacks her cheeseburger, takes a bite, and uses a copy of the menu to wipe her mouth. Asked, Ralph Fiennes as Chef Slow, Kenya Taylor-Joy as Margot Nicholas Hoult as Tyler Humshow as Elsa Janet McTeer as Lillian Paul Adelstein as Tejon Leguizamo as movie star Aim Carrero as Felicity Reed Burney as Richard Judith Light as Anna Rebecca Kuhn as Lindar Yang as Bryce Arturo Castro as Soren Mark Street Sear as Davider Gross as Samelia Christina Brucato as Katharina Elders as Jeremy Matthew Cornwell as Dolly Coast Guard Officer Will Tracy dined at Cornelius Cermet Restaurant, an island restaurant in Norway, during a honeymoon and later suggested a story to Seth Rice inspired by the experience. Several figures from the world of fine dining were brought on as consultants for the film, including food designer Dominique Crenn, who recreated several dishes from her San Francisco restaurant Atelier Crenn for the fictional restaurant Hawthorne, and second unit director David Geld, who was brought on to recreate the filmmaking style from his Netflix doc series Chef's Table. It was announced in April 2019 that Alexander Payne was attached to direct. In December 2019, the screenplay appeared on the annual Blacklist, a survey showcasing the most popular films still in development. By May 2020, Searchlight Pictures held the distribution rights, and Payne had left the film due to scheduling conflicts. With Mark Mylod replacing Payne as director in April 2019, it was announced that Emma Stone and Ralph Fiennes would star in the menu. In June 2021, Fiennes joined the cast. Anya Taylor-Joy entered negotiations and was confirmed in July to replace Stone, who had left due to commitments to other projects. Hong Shou and Nicholas Hoult joined the cast the same month. John Leguizamo, Janet McTeer, Judith Light, Reed Burney, Rob Yang, and Amy Carrero joined in September. In October, Paul Adelstein, Arturo Castro, Mark Street Sear, Rebecca Kuhn, and Peter Gross were confirmed as parts of the ensemble. Filming began on September 3, 2021, in Savannah, Georgia, with cinematographer Peter Deming and film editor Christopher Tellison. Film locations include the Jekyll Island. Shorkle and Stetson composed the musical score, released by Milan Records as the menu soundtrack on November 18, coinciding with the film's release. The menu premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival on September 10, 2022, and also made its U.S. premiere at Fantastic Fest that month. It was released November 18, 2022 in the United States in 3,211 theaters, the widest release in Searchlight's history. Film was released to digital platforms on January 3, 2023, with a Blu-ray and DVD release by Walt Disney Studios Home Entertainment on January 17. As of January 16, 2023, the menu has grossed $38.20 million in the United States and Canada and $39.80 million in other territories, for a worldwide total of $78 million in the United States and Canada. The menu was released alongside She Said. It made $3.60 million on its first day, including $1 million from Wednesday and Thursday night previews. The film went on to debut to $9 million, finishing second behind holdover Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Over its second weekend, the menu made $5.50 million and a total of $7.60 million over the 5-day Thanksgiving frame, finishing fifth. During its third weekend, the film made $3.50 million, finishing fourth in the review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes. A percentage of 300 critics' reviews are positive, with an average rating of. The website's consensus reads, while its social commentary relies on basic ingredients, the menu serves up black comedy with plenty of flavor. Metacritic, which uses a weighted average, assigned the film a score of 71 out of 100, based on 45 critics, indicating generally favorable reviews.